All right, so today we have the amazing TikTok influencer, social media star, Brooklynne Webb. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing amazing. I woke up in my hometown in Canada today, so it's a great day.
Good, good. So, Brooklyn, you have taken the world by storm as a viral social media star. What initially made you want to start posting videos, and did you ever expect that that would lead you to where you are today?
I initially just started posting videos and doing different stuff because I always kind of gravitated towards social media through growing up in school. Even before I would get ready for school, I would sit down and watch different like YouTubers on YouTube was a big thing. So then when TikTok came around, I just really needed a creative outlet. So I
Mhm.
started doing it a lot just for fun and in my free time. And then once COVID hit, it was truly my only creative outlet. And then it just started picking up. And I always thought, okay, I got this one viral video. Now it's going to slow down for a while, but I just want to keep posting for fun. And then it just kept going, which left me a little bit speechless.
That's awesome. So, to you, what have been some of the biggest perks of social media fame?
I think some of the biggest perks was giving me an opportunity to move to a new country and just experience new things and get to do kind of things from my wildest dreams that I never thought I would, especially since I grew up in a smaller town in Canada.
Yes, definitely. And now you're based in LA, is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome, very nice. Well, besides the obvious trolls and haters, what have been some of the biggest challenges?
Definitely the biggest challenge is overcoming the hate and kind of the way that I've noticed it trickling into my personal life,
Mhm.
especially since growing up a little bit in the spotlight. I it really started picking up for me when I was 16 and now I'm 19. So just going from that transition of being a young adult to being an actual adult
Yeah.
and seeing the way that's affected me and kind of backtracking and figuring out, okay, and overcoming different things like that.
I can imagine that could kind of have kind of a psychological toll on you, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, how exactly do you deal with the haters out there?
For me, I think the biggest thing has been realizing, my friends know who I am, my family knows who I am, and the people that I've met know who I am. And these people that just have a perception of me online haven't actually gotten to meet me and they don't truly know who I am as much as I try to put myself out there.
Definitely, I agree. Well, like any other kind of art or career field, do you see social media changing and evolving?
100%. It's changed and evolved so much almost every few months since I've started doing it.
Mhm.
Even now, I feel myself almost falling behind because with social media, it's kind of like this thing where you need to feel ahead because it keeps moving so quicker and quicker,
Yeah.
especially with TikTok. But I think it's a beautiful thing that like anything else, it's going to grow and evolve and not stay the same.
Definitely. Yeah, I imagine you always have to keep up on trends, just yeah, like you said, stay ahead. Because I even as an avid scroller like me, I just see like one trend one day and the next day it's something completely different. So I can imagine it could be kind of challenging for you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, for those who would like to go viral or become social media famous, what advice can you offer?
I think some of the biggest things is obviously staying true to yourself. Pick something that's passionate for you and something that you feel comfortable with doing. And then also don't be afraid to be a little bit, as what people would say, cringy, because that's what's going to make you stick apart from other people. Because if you're just playing it safe and not doing anything different, then it's never really going to go viral or be unique.
Yeah, yeah. Always go outside the box.
Exactly.
Is it difficult to constantly come up with new creative ideas?
Definitely. It's definitely a little bit challenging, but I like especially having some friends and different people in the space can kind of bounce ideas off of each other to get things rolling.
Definitely. Well, what do you always hope audiences take away from your content?
I hope that people always take away to feel confident in who they are as a person and to use that confidence to reach and achieve their goals, whether it's just walking through day to day life, going to a job interview, or reaching for something so much more ambitious that people tell you that you can't have that inner confidence that you're there to chase and reach those goals.
Nice, very nice. Well, you were recently a featured creator and panelist at this past year's VidCon, is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, what was that experience like?
that was the most crazy experience for me because I used to grow up watching different YouTubers' vlogs and seeing them go there. And this was actually my first time ever attending VidCon. So the fact that I got to go as a featured creator had me like, oh my gosh. And it was just so incredible to get to connect with other creators and also supporters that were there. It was just such a cool and unique experience. I'm happy I've gotten to have.
I bet. And one thing I absolutely love about your platform is that you use it to advocate for body positivity and mental health. Have these always been important issues to you?
Definitely. I remember ever since I think it sounds so silly. Obviously, it was more dumbed down to me at this age. But when I was 13, I felt super insecure about my body. And then I just kind of was one day scrolling through social media. I'm like, why should I feel insecure? Like this is a waste of my time. So I started pushing for myself to really feel confident in who I am, and I started putting out posts even just to my friends and different people like don't let social media and all these things that you see in the media in general affect you because it's not going to help your mental health at all or you know.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And you also used TikTok's platform to come out as queer last year. How liberating was that moment for you?
It was incredible for me because, it was something that I had always known deep down inside. I had always found such a comfort around other queer people and in queer spaces, so it makes a lot of sense for me, and it just felt like I was finally able to express fully who I am in every aspect.
What do you have to say to those who are having a hard time accepting their true, authentic selves?
That there's no timeline that you need to. You don't owe it to anyone an explanation whenever you want to, whether it's your safety or whatever else is going on. Just know that whenever you feel like it's ready, there's also an entire community that's going to love and accept you for who you are, even if it feels like there's no one else around.
For sure, definitely. Well, outside of social media, you ventured a little bit into music with a single titled My Crown, which is still receiving many, many views today. Can you tell us more about the concept and inspiration behind that track?
Yeah, so for me, I was kind of seeing this special period in TikTok where no matter what other creators were putting out with music, which I thought the songs were great, but it seemed like everyone else had an issue with the music that was putting out by creators or other of them venturing into music. And kind of in general, I was getting a lot of hate for just silly things, like whether it was my face, my body, people just love to find something to pick on with me.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not use this a little bit to my advantage and have some fun with it? And I did something that I was passionate about, which was creating the My Crown project, which was basically a huge performance art satire of how other people have perceived me online.
Mhm.
And it just went to the fullest extent for me. What started with just a song, then we created a music video and then turned into a whole album. And it was honestly the most fun I've ever had creating anything because as much as I was putting so much passion into it and so much focus and drive, it was also just, it wasn't that serious. I got to have so much fun. I got to just laugh and I got to have my friends involved. So it's something that I'm really, really proud of.
Great. And that's the most important thing. Just have fun with it. Yes. I mean, and the last time we spoke, you said you weren't sure if you wanted to pursue music in the future. Are you still on the fence about that?
I could say confidently that I'm not going to pursue music in the future. If I had another performance art project or something that I felt as passionate about as that, maybe it might pop up in the future, then I definitely would. But I just don't have the passion like I did for My Crown. So if I don't have the vision, then I'm not going to just chase something.
Yeah, I get that. So, what do you want to do in the future? What are you passionate about?
For me, I know that I'm really passionate about empowering young people, as I was saying before, just to be confident and reach their goals. And I'm not sure what that looks like for me right now. And I
Mm,
haven't really taken just a year to figure out what I want to do because, I started at 16, been doing this full time since I was 19. So I'm actually moving back to my hometown for a little bit just to recenter, refigure everything out, and still continuing with social media and continuing with all that I'm doing, but it's going to be nice to take a little breather so that I can focus in and figure out exactly because I think it's really healthy. You don't have to know what you want to do straight out of whether it's high school or
mm,
college. It's healthy to take a little break and figure out what you want to do.
I totally agree. Yes. Last time we chatted, you also talked about an upcoming podcast called Clueless. Is that still in the works?
That is unfortunately not in the works anymore. I
Right.
wish, yeah. um there will be a podcast at some point, not sure what that will look like, but
Okay.
yeah.
But you do want to do a podcast at some point in the future.
Oh, 100%.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, what are some, do you have any other certain goals that you would like to accomplish with your career and platform right now?
Right now, it's really just for me, honestly, taking a bit of a breather because I found myself being very caught up with, well, especially after My Crown, what's the next move for me? Who is EXO Brooklyn? What is this? And I'm like, you know what? I'm a young adult and I just need to take a bit of time to, figure out who I am before I'm pushing out this persona to other people online. I'd rather just figure it out for myself.
Figure out and have fun, right?
Yeah.
All right, Brooklyn. Well, how can one stay up to date with you the best?
Probably the best would be through either Instagram, which is at Brooklyn XO, TikTok at XO Brooklyn, and at XO Brooklyn on Snapchat.
Okay, perfect. Then before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to mention or plug at this time?
I think that we mentioned basically everything. Thank you so, so much.
Of course, thank you.